When it comes to selling on Amazon, most people focus on product research, on listing optimization, and managing reviews, and rightfully so. But there's one factor that plays just as big of a role in success, if not more, and yet it often gets overlooked, and that is your pricing strategy. Now, in such a competitive marketplace like Amazon, your ability to win the buy box consistently while still maintaining healthy profit margins means everything. And while most sellers rely on traditional repricers to automate the process, and that's, step one, there's a big problem with that. The majority of those tools are outdated. They're reactive, not proactive, and they're too simplistic to give you a true edge at the end of the day. And that's why I typically recommend, as you start to scale, to use SellerSnap. It is a phenomenal software, and it will turn the sales up for you very quickly. See, the issue with traditional repricers is they operate on fixed rule sets, right? So, for example, you might tell the software something like, if a competitor drops the price by a cent or 50 cents or $1, then match it, right? But maybe don't go below $20. And the tool does exactly what you tell it to do. And for a while, that might be good enough, right? That's step one. But the reality is every seller that's using a rule-based system is playing that same exact game with those same exact rule sets. It doesn't matter what the actual repricer is, they're all using those same rules. They're all reacting to one another's pricing changes, and often what that does is it simply triggers a race to the bottom pricing, and when everybody's trying to undercut everybody, nobody wins, and we all lose money, especially when Amazon fees are eating up the majority of your margins already, right? And SellerSnap takes a completely different approach. Instead of relying on these rigid rule-based systems, it actually uses AI and game theory to constantly learn, constantly adapt, and make smarter pricing decisions in real time. Now, game theory, of course, it sounds complex and you might be like running for the hills, but the idea is actually very simple behind it. It's about predicting your competitors and what they're likely to do and how their repricers are likely to behave, right? And then using that insight as it learns to stay one step ahead of the system. So they're essentially using their own repricers against them and getting you the best price possible and the most sales possible because everybody is competing with outdated repricers in a new competitive landscape. And their system is going to watch every move that your competitors make, right? It's going to learn from their past pricing patterns and then develop a strategy that's going to help you win the buy box without actually lowering your price unnecessarily so you make the most money possible with all those sales, right? And this kind of proactive strategic pricing means that you don't just react to your competitors, you outsmart them, so to speak. And it is all powered by AI that never is going to stop learning, is constantly adapting, even when you're sleeping, and it's constantly getting better. Now, SellerSnap's repricer is constantly scanning the market. It's tracking historical data across that listing and other similar listings, and it's adjusting prices based on what's happening right now in real time. It understands how aggressive or how conservative your competition tends to be, and it adjusts accordingly based on your prices so you're not losing money. And even if you don't need that specific sale, it might just let another competitor sell out of their aggressive pricing so that you can make more money the next day, right? It's not just for today. It will get you sales immediately, but it's also for the long term and the best case scenario for you as the seller and your bottom line. Now, if you're already doing well with Amazon sales and you're looking to, level up, this can have a major impact. Just look at all the reviews on their website. Now, not just in terms of revenue, it will obviously get you that, but also in time and stress and headaches reduced. Now, unlike traditional tools that are going to force you to spend hours creating and managing those rules, which I absolutely hated, for every single product and every single listing and every single time you add a new product, you have to re-add that to the actual pricing strategy. SellerSnap removes that complexity, which is a game changer. The AI does all the heavy lifting for you, and its smart automation means that you can confidently scale your business without having to babysit it every single day, which should be the ultimate goal of a repricer, right? Plus, the dashboard gives you real-time performance insights. It's so easy to read. You can clearly see what's working, what's actually winning the buy box, and where you're actually losing ground, so you can adjust accordingly if you need to and you decide to, right? The level of visibility makes it easier to optimize your product catalog and to double down on what's performing. Now, it isn't just made for solo sellers either. It was designed actually from the ground up to support teams of high volume operations. So if you have like a multi-store support with a single dashboard, or you have, unlimited users for different permission levels, Both will help sellers like me and potentially you as well, who have like VA signing in to do one task, but then signing out, and then another VA signing into another task within the business. It obviously helps with that. It's going to help with velocity-based repricing, custom repricing strategies for private label sellers on a specific product, and dedicated account managers to help onboarding and support if you're doing it that way, right? And the list goes on and on. The use cases for this are really out of this world, whether you're running a wholesale business, managing multiple brands, growing a private label product, it does not matter. It's giving you the tools to scale without the headache, without the bottleneck, all right? Now, if you are a brand new seller to Amazon and you barely have any sales, then it probably makes sense to start with a lower cost software or even the actual repricer within Amazon until you get your sales up a little bit. Your focus probably in the beginning should be learning the ropes, improving your listings and reinvesting every dollar back into your inventory to make more money in the future. But once you're generating a steady revenue, say, $5K to $10K per month potentially, or even more, of course, then it's time to start thinking about optimization, a good repricer, and pricing is one of those most profitable areas that you can optimize very easily, and this is a no-brainer. Now, at that stage, switching to a smart repricer like SellerSnap isn't a luxury or a waste of money. It is a smart strategic move, and it could be the difference between hitting 5 figures and scaling between 6 or even 7 figures. It is the type of tool that's going to pay for itself, not just in money saved and profits gained, but also time that you don't need to spend managing and babysitting your listings. I absolutely love that. So if you want to try SellerSnap for yourself and see how powerful it is, they offer a completely free 15-day trial, no credit card required. No other big repricer that I know of offers that deal where you don't have to input your credit card details ahead of time. And that gives you 2 full weeks to test out, plug in your listings, and start seeing how the AI is going to affect your pricing strategy different from your old rule-based repricer. You can sign up directly through the link in the description below to try it out. Ultimately, this isn't just a better repricer. It's a smarter way to run your Amazon business that's going to make you a lot more money. And in a space where every single penny, every penny literally counts and every decision matters, having a tool like this with you instead of just reacting for you is a major, major advantage. This is the type of edge that top sellers use to stay ahead, and now it's available to anybody who's ready to grow. So if you're done with the rule-based repricing that's leading to margin-killing price wars, we've all seen it. It's on pretty much every single listing, and you're ready for a strategic AI-powered approach that's a lot smarter, give this a shot. You might be surprised how much more profitable your Amazon business becomes when you finally stop racing to the bottom. Hope it helps.